Neopet friends, I've missed you. This past week, I was on vacation. As we can see, a whole lot of stuff has happened. I may have not been at work, but I was playing Neopets a little bit this past week while I was off on vacation. And as we can see, we have some new people. We have too many Neopets at the moment, so I'm gonna just do a quick rundown of my Neopets because there's already like three new faces, and a couple of them are gonna stay. I'm still deciding. But let's get started. Lepidolite will never go anywhere. We have Beef Chomp. Guess what I'm gonna do with Beef Chomp? Beef Chomp is gonna be my burlap cow. So I just was playing around with names for a burlap cow, and I'm like, you know what? I have so many issues in my head. Beef Chomp, sure. And so I had to make Beef Chomp a chia, and then I had to buy a shroom chia pop. I'm gonna make a whole separate video on like using the premium species change, but I can get a burlap cow, and then that'll be Beef Chomp. I don't know why I'm waiting. I should probably film that right after this, shouldn't I? Up next, y'all know how I want a Wraith Techo. And for like honestly the past 3-4 months, I've been searching for the perfect name for my Techo, and I couldn't find it. I was on Lost and Pound. I was going through the what is it called? The adoption agency and Neopets, and I just couldn't come up with a name for my dreamy Wraith Techo that I want to make during the fairy festival. So then I was playing around making names, and I'd rather adopt a Neopet than create one. But as I was playing around, there was a name that was available that was a little perfect. And the name is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Names like Beef Chomp and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater are the reason why I can never get into pet trading, because I don't care about your 5-letter misspelling or your real word, whatever. I mean, Beef Chomp is a real word, but it's heck I want a skateboard named after the greatest skateboarding game of all time. Yeah, no, I need that 100%. So Tony Hawk will become a Wraith Techo. But I just needed the perfect name, got the name. So we're gonna get the Wraithness in during Fairy Festival. Tiny, we all know Tiny. Starry Night 476 is the last new person I have who I got from Lost and Pound. I did adopt this little beautiful Neopet, um, who I might turn into the paintbrush. The new paintbrush that we're gonna get this time next year when the Void Within plot ends. Because I have Chevy Equinox, who I want to be gray. But my dilemma was, do I want a gray pet or do I want the new paintbrush that's gonna come out? And so I decided both. I decided Chevy will be gray. Starry already has a beautiful star name, will be the Void pet. So we already have the eyeshadow, a couple of customs. I just have to wait for that one. But those are the three new pets that I have. We are at capacity almost for pets. I did trade away, I guess trading isn't the right word, because I just adopted out my Lutari that you all never saw because it was on a side account. But I did have a Lutari on a side account, and I just don't like Lutaris. My species ranking video. So I got rid of that one. I moved someone from this main account to my side account, and we're slowly getting rid of some of the pets. Slowly but surely. And then if we check on my lab ray, Zams is now a glowing Kiko, so that sucks. I originally wanted Zams to be a burlap cow, but now I just want to see where we go with Zams. I might just keep zapping until like we get a pet species and color that fits Zamophilia. It's not a Kiko and it's not a glowing Kiko, but those are the updates. Let's see what's new stuff has been happening on Neopets. There's another survey. Did I already fill out that survey? I'm just assuming that's a survey I already filled out. For premium people, there's a goodie bag update. So, cool. What's new with Jelly Neo? Item tags, birthday trivia, searchable, Wheel of Starlight Guide, Decardia, Grave Danger. Biscuit Brigade refresh, enhanced Battlepedia search, Void Within stuff. Gotta love the Void Within plot. New site themes and gold counters, reoccurring updates. Neopets was down, but Neopets is back. Neopets may be down, but Neopets will always come back. So don't you worry about that. Rubbish dump. Good luck to y'all. I don't care about rubbish dump. Ooh, an August update. August I can read. Reading is something I know how to do. August in Neopia. Recap and what's new. I went over this. Not a whole lot of information. There's not a lot of substance. So I'm not going to go through each and everything on here. There's just not a lot of substance. I do like that there's a Zafara up front and center. Congrats to the Zafara lovers. I'm still waiting for like a Vandy or a Techo. I like those two. I like Chia's. Anyways, there's just not a whole lot. Community stuff. New plushies are coming out. World of Neopets isn't gonna happen. There's gonna be a block feature for the Neo board, which is wild that they're just now getting around to a block feature on the Neo boards. I don't go on the Neo boards because there's nothing there, but I'm sure if I used the block feature as intended, there'd be like 2 people I could see on the Neo board. So I'm still not planning on going on there, but wow. Big news for the people that actually go on the Neo boards. Then we're getting the Fairy Festival back, which we know. I think it's starting on the 20th. That's what Jelly Neo was saying. There will be a donation component, but no team competitive format. So in the past, you could choose either Team Illison or Team Judora. And if you were, there were like big prizes for both of them. But I know if you were like, you could get Illison's staff if you got like enough points. I'm sure that's why I comment Illison's staff. And you would get like Illison cake or like a Judora neg. You got different themed items, but I guess we're not doing that this year, which is cool. I'm excited to see it. I like Fairy Festival. There's going to be a new prize shop, extra rewards, premium features, and a small activity tied to fairy fragments. Cool. So what else? If you're in New York, shout out to my New Yorkers. Neopets is going to come to y'all's. That's great. So now Southern California has stuff, New York has stuff, and those of us anywhere else, we don't really have that Neopet stuff. But it's okay. It's okay, Neopets. Whatevs. NC Mall plans. Okay. Shout out to the NC Mall people. There's gonna be some upcoming updates. Expansion to Avatar collecting they already talked about. Trading post they already talked about. Varwolf is delayed until November. It was supposed to be end of July, and then they were kind of hinting at October, which made sense for a wolf, but now they're saying November. Okay. I'm not even gonna like talk too much about that point because I don't care about the Varwolf, you know. And then a refresh of Illison and Jora are on the radar, but not a priority. So, cool. That's a lot of stuff. I feel like you're gone for a week. So much stuff happens. There's a capsule release. Okay. In the Battle Dome, if you're premium, you can get an extra 5 Battle Dome items per day. And if you're free, you can like watch an ad for like 1 or 2 to get the new items, to get additional items, which is great. And you know I've been using that for the Void Within Battle Dome, so I can get a potential 5 extra code stones because I love the code stones. And I think we need to keep this code stone drop, TNT. I don't think you're watching my videos. I don't think you do, because then, you know, we'd have some changes on this website. And the number one change would be all codestone drops, because I don't care about the other garbage they give us, but the codestones, yes, 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 yes. What is this? What is Plume Baby? Well, I got some Neopet stuff. Oh, this little sleep shirt. Don't hate the sleep shirt. Trudy's new prizes. So there's new 7-day prizes, and they're dessert themed. Cool. What is this? NC collectibles. Don't know what that means, but happy for people that do know what that means. Trivia, that's their... We got new stuff to the quest log, daily and weekly prizes. So, yeah. They're gonna leave sometime in early November, but some of the weeklies, some of the dailies, let's just click on it. Let's click on these two. And then on Monday, we got new stuff from the plot. You can finally finish off some stuff. Quest log was down. Get your September freebies. Let's go back to the quest log stuff and then we can get into the dailies. So for current item things for your dailies, when you go into your quest log and you come over here, dailies are these things on the left hand side. These are things that you get to, like, this vicious moat is a daily, and if I groom my pet I can do that. And then your weeklies are going to be under your streak reward. That's what that is. So right now I have a morphing potion and I'm probably going to try to re-roll and get something else. But when I talk about like dailies versus weeklies, weeklies are usually like a bigger item, but dailies can be cool. So we have some books. Love a book. Love a book. You can get an elderly slorg. Cute. A stamp, a mutant Grundo stamp. Shout out to the stamp collectors. Shout out to the Grundo collectors. Love a neg. Love a neg. A rainbow Norbu morphing potion. Termy stamp. And the yellow Vandy morphing potion. Good. We need more Vans in Neopia. And then there's the stuff that's permanently available. We're not going to go through that. And then the weeklies, we have a card game, a cow morphing potion. That's good. We always need more cow morphing potions because there's people like me that are like silly and try to get a burlap cow by going through a lab ray, and so you just need the morphing potion. So thank you for that. I don't know if these foods are gourmet or not. Books, stamps, cool negs. Love a cool neg. The Fiora's Castle stamp, Cocoa stamp, Fire Techo morphing potion. Staring neg, love. So there's that stuff. And then we have the stupid Tony beads that are and everything. Okay, let's play some Neopets. Let's see what I have to do. Did I already do stuff today on neopets.com? No. So here we go with Trudy's. Let's see how all the Trudy's is going. Great. Beautiful. Perfect. I got some Neo points. If we go to the Wise Old King, let's see if he's in, and he is. And I get nothing. And then if we go fishing, love fishing. I want to get Lapedia Light. What do you mean? I probably did fish last night. Fine, whatever. But I do want to get Lapedia Light to level 500 fishing. You get a lot of garbage. Do you want to give me a trophy? Nope. Moldy potato. Okay. Let's see what we get from Tombola. Do you ever get good stuff from Tombola? I feel like you don't. But it's like low-key free, and I love getting garbage on Neopets. So there we go. Go get my shiny obsidian just so I can clog up the Neopet servers. Come over to the council chamber. Do the Altador Cup plot if you haven't. You can finish it in a weekend. I finished mine in a weekend, but I don't have things to do. If you have like a social life or kids, maybe it'll take you a while to finish the Altador plot, but it's just another way for you to kind of see a different plot if you're like me and you've never experienced a Neopet plot before. So there's that. Let's do our coconut shy link and not get any coconuts because in the almost 2 years. This December will be 2 years. So I'm 1 year and some months that I've been doing coconut shy. I've never received a coconut. I got a coconut as a weekly prize once, but I never get them from Coconut Shy. So I don't think, I mean, someone has to be winning it. Same way someone's winning at the Wishing Well, and it's not me. Give me my stamp. I want my Orion stamp. Neopets. What else are we doing? I can buy something from the Healing Springs. Sure. Buy. An icy snowball. I'm excited for Fairy Fest because I want to see if they mess with the points. Because it used to be that like there were certain omelets that would get you like the 8 or 10 maximum points, and so people would like hoard omelets. That's why for like the past 2 months I said make sure and you get your omelet for Fairy Festival. Because depending on the rarity of the item. That's how many points you get for Fairy Fest, and the points determine how much stuff you can get from the shop and the trophy you get. So it all kind of matters. I want to see what updates they made. I know this time last year and then earlier this year, I talked about how Neopets, if they're going to make a change to the point system, the garbage we get in the Void Within plot should be worth the most points. So like the face bandages should be worth like the 8 or 10 points, because it one gives people a reason to play the plot, and then they're on Neopets longer. They're either dealing with more ads and so Neopets gets money that way, or they get sick of the ads and so they get premium. That's another way Neopets makes money. So they can just, that's what I would do, you know. Think about it. But we get a lot of garbage on Neopets. You just, a lot of garbage on neopets.com. There's gummy pirate candy. Not worth anything, but I have it and it's gonna be clogging up the servers. So I wish they would let like the daily garbage we get all the time, all the rotten left boots that I have, those should be worth the most points to me, and then it'll reward people like me who got the pack rat avatar, no issue. I know some people like go and buy out like shops and they get a lot of like 1 Neopoint things in order to get the pack rat avatar, and then a lot of people just don't keep everything in their safety deposit box and they sell things for a single Neopoint or they discard it. Not me. I love to go to the quick stock and then just throw everything in the safety deposit. Watch this. You go to quick stock and these are all the things in the inventory that you have, and then you hit deposit and then you hit submit. And I had so much stuff in my inventory, it's gonna make me do it again. Boom. Love garbage. Love garbage. What else can we do? Let's wish for some Orion stamps. Someone is getting them, it's not me, which is crazy. I've also never won anything from the well, which is crazy. Crazy. Has anyone ever won like multiple times from the wishing well? Let me know. Also, let me know if you've won. Because you just have to donate above 21 Neopoints and then be specific about the item you want, which is why I always do the 23. And I asked for my Orion stamp and they never give me the Orion stamp, which sucks because I care about Orion in a way that no one else does. So give me his stamp. Neopets. There we go. Boom. What else? Test your strength. I typically wouldn't do test your strength. I feel like I talk about this every time I do test your strength, but I have the bronze trophy for test your strength, which I randomly got over a year ago. And being trophy motivated and like user lookup motivated, now I want the silver. So there we go. Let's zap some people and then I'll let you all enjoy your day. I feel like this was a long episode, but I was also gone for a week. So I had to catch up on all the news. And then, you know, I randomly made all those Neopets. So I had to introduce you to the new people on the account. And then I also have to move some people around. I moved one more person over to my side account. I'm trying to determine like if I want to like adopt out some people. We'll see. We will see. What would make me very happy is if Demofolia was no longer Kiko. It's fine. It's fine, whatever. I don't want you to be a Kiko bestie. So just moving around the movement in defense. Per usual. Hope you all are doing good. Hope your customizations are doing well. Hope your collections are going well. Hope your galleries are going well. What else do people do? Your stamp albums, your battle dome, your neo boards, your guilds. How are the guilds things going for the plot? Because I'm not in the guild, so I have like no clue what any of that stuff is, but like hopefully that's all going good. I will be back to my regular 2 to 3 time posting now that I'm no longer on vacation. And yeah, love me some Neopets. Cool, bye.